it's come to a head at a time where people just said, enough. And I'm curious to know from all of you how you're seeing the effects of Black Lives Matter obviously, Mike, you're in Manchester, you said, but around the world where the rest of you are, how you're seeing that play out. And
is Meghan insane? Has she lost her mind? Or is she a liar or a fantasist who doesn't know reality from fiction? Or is she doing it to insert herself or create more lies about her so she makes herself more interesting? Are her children at risk, if she has any? Are Doria and Meghan grifters and frauds? Please like, share, subscribe to help the channel grow, and leave your comments because we should talk about this. This is actually quite serious, okay? And I have a little clip of Siri at the end so you can look at her. Hello, beautiful people. These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information out in the public domain. Please do your own research, and this is a platform for entertainment and for us to express our opinions. Today I want to talk a little bit about whether Meghan Markle has lost her mind. And this is for real. I am not being mean or anything like that, but something clearly is wrong with this woman. I spoke to Samantha, and she said that Mr. Markle, I mean, as far as they know, she never went to any Korean spa. Mr. Markle would take him around to eat at various types of foods, ethnic foods. And, you know, this is quite a serious thing if you think about it. I mean, for real. You know, she starts from the fantasy that she was married 3 days before the actual wedding, at least to Harry. We don't know if that was the case with Trevor. She also said that she ran through the ashes during 1992 LA riots. Her father has confirmed that that was never the case because he took off with her to Palm Springs. The car thing, that she would get through the trunk, that has also been debunked by Mr. Markle because he said that he was in a car accident. He had borrowed Meghan Markle's car to go visit Samantha, and he got in a car accident, and the car was totaled, and it was replaced by a very brand new one, and there were no issues with the doors. Now, the thing about her adopting Bogart, because Ellen DeGeneres told her to do so. Yet when she went on Ellen, of all the stories she told, you would think that that would be one story they would bond over. She completely kept it quiet. She didn't want to bring it up. Because of course, that's not the case. Also, about her having lunches with Michelle Obama, or that Michelle Obama, the way she implies things, and she puts people in awkward positions, because she went as far as naming Michelle Wong as her Oriental friend. Now, Northwestern University has some explaining to do, because according to Meghan Markle's invented 2 majors, she's got a major in international relations and and acting, which apparently she's failed at both. Because if she did indeed study international relations, she would know that Asia is a continent composed of at least 40 countries. I think 40, 44, I'm not sure. Lebanon, Turkey, Saudi Arabia. I mean, you got so many. So for her to say that Asian women, which one? Little Tokyo is Japanese, it's not Chinese. Mr. Markle said that, yes, there was a Christina Wong, but they were barely friends. They saw each other on and off, but it wasn't really like her friend was Ninaki Pradis, and she was at Ninaki's pretty much every weekend, and any spare time she could be at. So, and that she never went to any Korean spas, least of all with Doria. Now, why is Meghan choosing Doria now? Because she knows that Doria is not going to come out and expose her lies. Okay? Doria is going to go along with her lies because, of course, Doria is drinking from the cow's milk. So she is safe in that regards. She may have gone to Christina Wong's house once or twice, not even, but that they would sit and tell her about the cultures, no. Mr. Markle would take her around and with Samantha and to eat at various restaurants. Now, this is something that's very interesting because Meghan said that she went when she was 9 years of age. She went with her mother there. And then she says that it was through puberty. Puberty for girls, it's in her teens, is the teens, okay? Doria basically disappeared from Meghan Markle's life when she started the Catholic school. I think, what's it called? Sacred Heart or something like that. She was about 10 or 11 when she permanently moved in with Mr. Markle, and Doria disappeared from the map. She would see Meghan apparently not at all. So if Meghan went through puberty and through her puberty years, she went to a Korean spa. She wasn't with Doria around. She said that very often they would go on and off. Now, another thing that Korean spas do not allow children under 13 to be in the bathhouses. They're allowed in the spa for certain things, but not in the bathhouses unless they're 14 years of age and some 18 years of age. And they will never be around to be naked ladies when they're less than 14 years of age. As I said, the Korean spas allow children as young as from 3 till 13, but not to the bathhouses, like Meghan says. And they don't serve hot steaming bowls of noodle soup because they just went through the bathhouse, which is very steamy. They will serve cold noodles. So, but the point I'm trying to make with this and why I'm breaking down this another lie is because something is seriously wrong with Meghan Markle. This is a woman who has shown that she will use any culture, any lie to be part of a narrative. She no longer is talking about Black Lives Matter when now that Black Lives Matter have been exposed to be fraud and have taken and used the millions of dollars that people donated. They've used them to buy expensive houses, and it wasn't really a movement. And I've received many questions of you what I thought about Kanye West. I support him. White lives matter. All lives matter. Why is that so offensive? Can somebody please explain to me why is that so offensive? Especially when Black Lives Matters t-shirts were sold for ridiculous amount of money, and that money has been proven to be mostly stolen by people using and inciting to hatred and race. But anyways, I'm diverting. Meghan Markle and Doria are either complete frauds and need to be put in jail because they're grifters, or Meghan has a serious mental illness because, or she just likes to lie to see where it ends. Now, many people have said to me, oh, Meghan wasn't considered a liar before. Yeah, because Meghan was a nobody before. She's still a nobody. She's just a more well-known nobody. But before, because she was such an unknown, nobody bothered to fact check her. Now, this fact-checking person that they hired for this podcast, she didn't fact-check that the shooting that Meghan Markle named at the spa. And I think this is why Meghan Markle said that she went to spa, because she wanted to use a story about a spa. Was concluded that it was not racially motivated at all. So where is Meghan Markle's fact checker? So Meghan Markle had to make up a fact-checking, a spa story, so she can insert the spa story, the shooting at the spa story. So she would show that she also put herself in danger. Now, if going to a spa, Korean spa, and eating noodles is what immerses one in a culture, I have been immersed in many cultures. It takes a lot more than going to a spa and eating noodles, or sitting and speaking to and having one Oriental friend to say, oh, I know the culture. No, you don't. No, she doesn't. In the picture I posted, that's one Asian girl there. That was at a birthday party. Those pictures were taken there. That's the only Asian person in that picture. I have asked Sam to confirm if that's Christina Wong, because from what Mr. Markle said, Mr. Markle was laughing at the latest. He can't speak, but they were communicating by text. Mr. Markle was laughing because if Meghan Markle during her puberty years was with Mr. Markle, Doria was not around for years. As far as we know. She disappeared as soon as Meghan Markle went into the Sacred Heart. And before that, Doria did not have very much time for Meghan. They would see each other the odd weekend, and they would not go to Korean spas. Okay? So, yeah. And Samantha, she was telling me that they lived in a duplex, and she lived at the bottom floor, the ground floor, and Meghan Markle and Mr. Markle lived on the top floor, but it was a huge, beautiful house. And, yeah. So, also, another thing that I think this is why Meghan Markle has something, this woman really, this is almost like an intervention. She needs to be stopped. She said that she worked, because I asked Samantha about it, and Samantha and Mr. Markle were laughing, that she worked as an underage in the Bogart yogurt place. And they told me no. She never did. The most that she did is when she went to the Married with Children set, she would babysit one of the actors' children. But it wasn't really babysitting, most like hanging around, because she was also there. So she would get a little bit of cash there just for sitting with this, the actor's kid. That's about it. But that she never had a job. So, has Meghan lost her mind? Because this woman cannot be around children if this is the kind of world that she's living in. I urge CPS, Children Protective Services, to really, really interfere, because this has gone beyond now. Oh, this is just funny. No, this is a woman who can inflict a lot of damage to the children if she has any. Because clearly this woman's reality is not set in real facts. She's making things up, creating things. And this is not a healthy environment for two children to grow up in, if there are any. And having a grandmother like Doria who's willing to go along with that grift, it is not good, because that's not going to end well. I mean, do you think she's mentally insane or just evil? Or do you think she knows the difference between reality and fiction, but she creates this fiction in order to create a story, so she portrays herself as this, multicultural woman? And if you look at it, at the TIG, she had the TIG, right? If you look at the TIG, she always mentions eating out with her father everywhere. It wasn't with Doria. Doria's never mentioned. That story about the Korean thing, never mentioned at the TIG, which is something very important for a woman who wanted to be perceived as this multicultural person. If you saw the TIG, it's all white. It's all white. And then when she went pursuing her roots, her white roots in Malta. So, what do you guys think? I mean, seriously, what do you guys think? And I don't understand why Child Protective Services have not gone to that house, because something is clearly not right in that environment for them. Now, I don't know what you guys think about it, but it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how people, and the thing is that they started doing these things on Twitter, that they put these little packets out. They put little packets out of information, but they're all the same. And they do it every 6 hours. Oprah is doing it, all the magazines are doing it. So they're putting these little packets because Valentine's Lowe's book, and Valentine's right now, is doing the rounds talking about Meghan's bullying. So they're doing these round packets right now of Meghan is an altruistic woman. She's into charity and everything, because Valentine Lowe is doing the rounds talking about the book and the bullying. And it's the same package, it's just, and they pay for that. So the fact-checking woman, I mean, it doesn't matter how many fact-checkers you have. If Meghan Markle is going to lie about it, even if the fact-checker is saying to her, you know what? No, the shooting at the spa was not racially motivated. It was very public, and it was concluded that it wasn't racially motivated. She's still going to say that, and she's going to make up a spa story. What do you think? Let me kiss you. Let me kiss you. I love you. I love you. Who's Mama's little love?